Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Purely Platonic podcast.
Oh yes,
We're here.
It's here.
We made it.
Finally.
It's been a while.
We've wanted to do this for such a long time.
Long.
So
But
I'm
we're
very
here.
glad. I'm
Yeah.
very glad that it's finally happened.
Me
and we've
too.
invested in the kits,
We've
the
got
microphones.
The kit.
Hopefully this will be a semi-regular thing. Two mates
Yeah.
mucking around for an hour, having fun, playing games, having drinks. We've got beers right here for our first episode. This won't become a thing every
Cheers.
episode. Otherwise, we will become alcoholics.
Yeah.
But for a first
But it's
episode, we're
fun.
celebrating.
We're celebrating the
celebrating-
fact that we actually got here.
Yeah.
We
An
have wanted to do
achievement.
this for so long.
And we've
so the
kind of done it before. We've made YouTube videos and stuff that have basically been podcasts, but
yeah,
this
but
is
not
like
actually this.
much more solid
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
So, intros.
Yeah.
I'm Cav and Booth, and you
and
are.
I am Abigail Drennan, commonly known as Abbie.
We've been friends for,
A long time.
well, you said before it was 11 years,
11.
which I
Yeah.
still can't quite wrap my head around. Doesn't feel like 11. 11 painful, long, hard years of friendship.
How rude. He
Yeah.
means the best 11 years of his life. 'Cause I'm in them.
Well, yeah, officially on the record. Yeah, they were great. Yeah, great. I mean, they are still great. We're still friends.
I see. So this is actually just the
Talking in the
destruction
past
of our
tense.
friendship.
Past tense. It was a good friendship, and this is a good way to end it. One last podcast to get it all out.
Yeah.
Before we fight to the death. That's what this is.
Jesus. Oh my god.
No, yeah, we don't really know what this is going to be. It's going
No.
to be unplanned, unscripted.
Yeah.
What's my next line? Unscripted. Oldest joke in the book.
It's gonna be so long.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you are.
Dad jokes are going to happen.
Oh, he is Mr. Dad Joke.
I'll take that.
That's
It's a good
not
title.
a good thing.
It is a good thing because when I'm a dad, then I'll already have all
yeah.
the jokes ready for my child to
Yeah,
cringe
and
at.
I'll be the fun auntie to then give it gin when it's old enough and has
Give
had enough
it
of
gin.
Yeah. I don't know what
At
it's
what
gonna
age?
be. I just said when it's old enough.
Oh,
you melon.
okay. I was imagining
3-year-old just like, drink this, daddy's being annoying.
Auntie Abby's coming round to babysit. You're going to get some gin in your bottle.
Gonna be absolutely smashed.
Oh my goodness, I hope not.
Oh my god.
But anyway, I want to start this by talking about how we met. What were the origins
Our
of,
origin story.
yeah, of Cav and Abbie?
Oh my goodness.
Because I don't remember where and when we met. I can make an educated guess as to where and when we
Yeah.
met, but I actually don't know for certain.
I remember like vague details. I don't remember it like really clearly. Like
I don't think there was
when I
a
picture
moment,
it
was
in
there?
my brain, it's like foggy. But like I can remember it.
Were you
We were-
on
we were-
drugs at the time? Why is it foggy?
Because it was a really long time ago.
it was only
Yeah, but
11
we're talking about
years.
me. I have zero memories of my childhood. Like my
Really?
my long-term memory.
What is your
appalling.
earliest memory though? Like ever?
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't
I hate
know?
it when people ask that question. Yeah.
'Cause my-
How dare you ask that question?
This is off to a good start.
No, because
What are the questions do you hate? Let's make a list. That can be a future episode.
I find it a really difficult question because I don't have a definitive like, oh, that's my first memory.
I do, but I'm not even sure my first memory is real or if I've just been
Just made
told
it
about it and constructed it. But I think I know my first memory, and it's from when I was like 2, which makes me doubt whether it's... Now, it is very foggy, and it's pretty much... Do you get memories that are just like feelings? Just like sensations? Or do you get them like visually? Do you remember sounds? Or...
Yeah, I get more like objects.
Okay.
So, like, because I think about it in like school years, because that's probably the easiest way to like
Yeah.
chronologically go backwards, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, do I remember anything from year 1? Yeah, I do. Do I remember anything from like kindergarten? Yeah. Do I remember anything from nursery? Then I was like, do I remember anything from, because I used to have like like a childminder to a certain extent. Like,
Okay.
I used to go to her house with like a group of kids when my mum first started work again after having me.
Yeah.
I would go to this like little group, and I met this girl, and I can't for the life of me remember what her name was. I literally don't know, but we were really, really close friends. She like emigrated to Australia when I was really tiny, so I haven't seen her for years, hence why I can't remember what her name is. But I remember going to her house, and she had these chairs that were like almost like high chairs but for adults. But they can't have been for adults because we were tiny, so maybe it was just a high chair. And in my brain,
if you were small,
I was like,
yeah, you
whoa,
probably
this
thought
chair's
it was
huge,
massive.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had like a foot bar, and it was like I'd never seen it. It was like a Z shape, but like the back of the chair was I don't even like the diagonal bit of the Z, and then there was
That's
like
weird.
the top bit, and then like a bottom bit, but then there was a foot bar. Anyway, I just remember these chairs.
Episode 1, top 10 chairs. Top 10 chairs in the shape of letters. We'll go in reverse order. That's Z. Now, have I seen any Y-shaped chairs? No, but I understand what you're saying. Objects, like, hold.
Yeah.
You've got a coaster. For the audio listeners,
My coaster is
Abbie
stuck
has
to my glass.
picked up a beer and a coaster is fully glued on there.
Yeah.
That was great.
Can I give the story of the glass?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're currently drinking out
I'm
of...
drinking out of a glass, which is like just like your regular tall beer glass, but it says Cav on it.
Which is
you might not be able
that's
to see
my
people
name.
watching. That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. in case
Believe it
you're
or not,
wondering.
fun fact, I am called Cav.
He is called
yeah.
Cavan. Weird name. No one's ever heard it before, but it is his name.
Yeah,
He's
believe it or not,
lying.
that glass wasn't off the shelf. You don't tend to see many. You know how you get like personalised, fridge
God, of
magnets
course,
and
yeah.
bottle openers.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
bet you had to pay extra. for this one.
I've never come across Cavan
No,
ever. If
no.
anyone has ever seen Cavan on one of those name things, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
then send
Let
it
us know,
because
yeah.
I've never found one. That
No, I
was
can
off
imagine.
the internet. But I've never drunk out of that glass.
Yeah, and so we are
That's
currently
so weird.
Yeah, we are currently in Cavan's flat where he lives with his girlfriend. She has never drunk out of this either. I'm the only one to have ever drunk out of it.
Yeah, and I don't really know why. Well, the glass itself was on a shelf in my old place for ages.
Yeah.
Gathering dust, unwashed, because it wasn't for drinking out of. It was
And
just
he
on a
didn't
shelf.
tell me this last time I came round.
Yeah,
so I
sorry
just
about
got
that.
it out the cupboard, filled it up, and started drinking it. And then after I'd finished whatever drink I was drinking, he goes, "Oh yeah, that used to be on my shelf in my old house." And I went, "Well, I
Yeah.
hope you've washed it through, like washed it out."
Nope.
And he went, "No, I don't think we have."
Pure dust. You were drinking
So I was just
pure dust.
drinking his dead skin cells.
It has now been washed, so...
Good. I'm glad. Well, I've already drunk all the dust out of it, so...
Anyway, my first memory
Sorry, carry on.
was... It's like a feeling. I remember it being really, really hot. And because I was young, it was like... Probably the first time I'd experienced like a fully like heat wave, middle of August. It was just like super hot. And we were like playing with like buckets of water and paintbrushes in the garden. And I just remember like the water and how that felt. And I don't even know if this has been made up because I've been told about this. So maybe I've sort of retroactively gone back and made that a memory. But yeah, that was...
That's cool, though.
Yeah, cool first memory.
Yeah.
Well, actually quite a hot first memory.
Inappropriate.
I was 2 years old, Abbie. We're going to get cancelled. It's only episode 1. They're coming for us.
Yeah, I just don't really remember my childhood very much. I don't have like solid memories from being young, but it's not because it's like, I don't know, it's not like a scary thing for me. It's literally just my long-term memory sucks. Like, I don't know, I can barely remember like 4 or 5 years ago.
Well,
It's just my long-term memory is appalling.
well, that's going to be good because I was going to talk about how we met. So do you remember
Yeah,
that? Well, you
well-
said you don't, but
Yeah, I don't remember it like explicitly.
we can say how we met, when and
Well,
where.
we met at
Yeah.
school 11 years ago.
Year 7, start of high school.
Yeah.
11 years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
11 years old. 2012 this was. We started high school. We won't say the name of the high school.
No, people don't need to know that information.
No. But we had a common friend. That was how we met, was through
Yes.
a common friend. Now, the way our high school was set up was in the first year, year 7, they put us all in one building. Our school was like made of separate buildings, so our year basically had a building where all of our classes were. Well, not all the classes, but our form room. Like at lunch and at the start of the day, you'd meet in the form room. And bit of a weird setup. The bottom floor of this building was where like 7 or 8 of the sets were.
Yeah.
And then the top floor, which was the same size.
There were like 2 or 3.
And the downstairs was like cool kids, sporty kids. Everyone was friends. Everyone got along. Everyone was like mixing classes, going from one to another. Great times, good vibes, party times. And the top floor was where I was. And nothing happened on the top floor ever.
Yeah, but this is why you have a perception of the bottom floor.
Yeah, I imagine there were raves. I imagine there were
It really
parties.
wasn't that special. I was on the bottom floor and hated being on the bottom floor because it was...
Well, I hated being on the top floor. We should have switched. Because
we kind of did in the end.
Well,
we didn't. We just kind of made our own little floor. A middle floor.
A middle floor.
Well, our meeting area, like where we would always meet at like lunchtime,
was the stairs.
Was the stairs.
Believe it or not.
So we
literally the middle floor.
Make a middle floor.
Because
we had our little
Why
hangout.
did you bother to come upstairs? It wasn't interesting.
I don't know. I feel like this mutual friend. Should we give her a name?
Yeah. Code name. Penelope.
Penelope. What a name.
It's a great
I played
name.
a character called Penelope recently.
Nobody cares.
Rude. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Thanks. Hi, I'm Cav. I'm a magician. Have you done that?
No.
Because I haven't, and nobody knows I'm an actor.
Yes, they do. You've mentioned it like 3 times, I think.
Rude. Anyway,
No,
I'm an
shut up
actor,
about it.
and I played a character called Penelope really recently. That's not the point. So Penelope, our mutual friend, was also on the bottom floor with me and had somehow met probably one of the other girls from like your set or something like that.
I imagine, yeah.
And had said to me, "Oh, come and meet my new friend." Like, woo.
Mixing floors, which was unheard of.
Really unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking
so anyway,
the
we
social
did, and
barriers.
that's how we met. And then I'm pretty sure that Penelope was poorly or something, like the week after she'd introduced me to you guys.
I have no
like,
memory of
she
this.
was like the person I'd like latched onto as I started school. Everyone does that. Everyone like forms groups and forms friendships immediately that then disappear within about the first like month of school.
Yeah, well, either they disappear in the first month or they seem to stick until the end of school. I feel like it's one or the other.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There were some people who became friends.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't disappear, don't get me wrong. Me and Penelope were friends, but not like bezies. We weren't, like, really
not
close.
joined at the hip. No.
But we were close. Anyway, that's not the point. She then was really poorly, so then I was like, I don't have any friends anymore.
Terrifying.
She introduced me to the upstairs people. I'll go see them. And then I did. And then we formed our little stairwell group and never really went back.
Group.
The stairwell group.
Yeah.
New album coming this Friday.
I do have a picture of that group. I'm sure you remember this picture because there weren't many pictures taken then. This was kind of pre-smartphone cameras being good enough.
Yeah, it was.
Taken on some sort of BlackBerry, I imagine.
Oh, I used to love my BlackBerry.
Blackberries
I
were
used
so
to
good.
love it.
BBM. Ooh. That's like old now. BBM is
if you say to someone, "What's your BBM pin?" they don't get it.
But then just
that
a
makes me sad.
few years before us, it's like MSN. But we're too
but
young
too
for
young
MSN.
that. Yeah.
But then people younger than us are too young for BBM. So
that's
chopping
so
and
sad.
changing. Anyway, it
You
was
know
taken on
where
BlackBerry.
where it peaked, and I don't actually know if you get this. Picture chat.
No.
Nintendo DS.
Nintendo DS. Oh, I don't know about it then.
My God, picture chat was amazing.
Early Snapchat, I'm guessing. You sent pictures as messages.
Well, kind of, but it was like you drew it, so it was like writing messages. But it was like I guess it was kind of like early BBM to a certain extent because you could be like airports were great for it because all DSs like linked, so you could go on to like an online thing and just chat to random strangers. Like you could be on an aeroplane and just talk to some random person with a DS. Or you could be sat next to your friend. Like me and my cousin used to do it all the time. Just sit there, next to each other.
Not talking.
Not talking, just sending random pictures.
I love that. That's great.
And like oh my God, the best thing was like colouring in the whole box in black. It took ages because the pen was like really small.
Right.
Colouring in the
Oh,
whole
I
thing.
think one of those stylus things.
Yeah. And then using the eraser to write your message.
That was
my
like
God.
for extra special.
That was like
extra special message.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Well, that completely passed me by. I didn't know about that
Oh my
until right
gosh.
now.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Anyway.
What were we talking
I
about
have no
before
idea.
that? Before
Blackberries. Pictures.
Yeah,
You were saying
took
about
a picture of that group.
Take a
I look
picture.
like a different person because I did then.
Oh my gosh. Cavan is like the only person I think I've ever met.
I don't look like my younger self.
Oh my goodness. It's like
one bit.
he's like a different human being. He is a different human being.
It's crazy.
If I hadn't have like known him through all of the phrases, wow, phases
through the phrases of my life, it's like it's like an epic poem.
Yeah, if I hadn't have known him through all of these different phases, I don't think I would recognize you. Like I literally wouldn't know who.
Nor would I, and that doesn't even make sense. Yeah.
Whereas I'm the complete opposite, and I still look exactly the same as I looked when I was about 2.
Oh, like when you say that, I want the listeners to know that is not an exaggeration. There are baby pictures of you in your house or your parents' house.
Yeah.
That it's literally your face on a
yeah.
baby. Like
No, literally it is.
for the visual listeners and watchers, take Abby's face, Photoshop it on a baby, and that is what she looked like.
Don't do that.
No, don't.
That's really
Don't.
creepy.
No, metaphorically, that was not an instruction. Yeah, and send them in to.
No, actually do. It would be quite.
Actually, that's a
funny.
good moment to plug that we're on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube.
Yes, we are.
So go and
at
follow us.
Purely Platonic Podcast. I don't think there's a the. I will
don't think
double
there is
check
a
that
the.
information.
They're relatively new accounts, but yeah, send in those pictures to those accounts, and we won't do anything with them. We'll probably block you if you do that.
No, we won't. Don't be silly. We'll put them on T-shirts and sell them. We'll make it merch.
First bit of merch. Your face on a baby.
Face on a baby. Yeah, it is just at Purely Platonic Podcast. Do we want to explain this name? Because
yes,
we've not really
should.
talked about that.
I think we should.
So obviously we are I was about to say intersex. That's absolutely not the right.
What? What? Where's that come from? We're not intersex. What? We're a different gendered pair of people, is what you mean.
A friendship between a man and a woman, which obviously to a lot of people is like red lights. Oh no!
Well,
they're obviously in love with each other. We're not. Shock horror.
Yes.
And so we kind of decided to use that because we get that so often. Like every single like walk of life.
Yeah,
that we've
last
been
time
in,
we met, we walked through Manchester.
and someone went, "Oh, something for the lovely couple," and Cavan just turned around and went, "She's my sister."
Yeah.
And the look on his face.
Love that line. Love that line because it just throws people.
100%. But that is our relationship. We are like siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him, but like a brother.
Yeah, exactly, and it's mutual.
Oh, 100%.
But I think it's weird that people don't get that. They see two people together, and we've had it in like YouTube comments and stuff when we've made other content in the past.
Yeah.
People just leap to the conclusion, oh well, you must be a couple, you must be together, or you must like each other in some way. No.
Mates,
purely platonic.
Purely platonic, exactly. So we kind of decided that actually most people who would like use that phrase would do so ironically. And so I'm just going to check. Hang on.
Technical
it's fine.
interruption.
It's
all right.
just locked.
Thought we'd ended the podcast. Thought we'd lost everything for a second. We're back in the room.
But most people who use that phrase, like purely platonic, would do so ironically.
Yes.
Or kind of with the intention of it not being.
So ours is kind of double ironic.
Yeah. It's like a double bluff.
It's like,
of like,
the phrase
we're
is
purely
usually
platonic,
the
but
opposite.
It's like, no, we actually are. So yeah, and also it means that
it's a very clever name. I came up with it 100% by myself. It was entirely my idea. I am very clever, and I should get all the credit for it. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Swat.
Abbie came up with
It
the
was
name,
my
just to
idea,
be clear.
Actually. But that's not important, Kevin.
Sorry.
We share ideas on this channel.
Except when they're mine.
Oh my god, this boy. But yeah, so that's kind of the vibe that we were going for, wasn't it?
Definitely.
And also when people then are like, "Oh, are you two dating?" Like, read the name. Like,
Read the name
literally
of the
just
podcast.
read the name of the podcast.
Good alliteration as well.
Oh yeah.
Probably never do that again, but
What are you talking about? ASMR.
but one part of the podcast is going to be little mini games. We
Mini-games,
thought. So do
yeah.
you want to get
Oh,
one of the
yeah,
mini games
let's
up?
do
This is
it.
going to be a sort of hopefully a regular thing, unless people
I think
absolutely
so.
hate it and want to burn us at the stake for it.
Good
I
lord.
don't think it'll be that controversial, but don't know. People
I'm really
online
hoping
have
that my ideas haven't been that controversial.
people have strong opinions.
Okay.
Throw one at us. I don't know
so-
what these are going to be. I have no idea. So
Okay, let's just start off nice and simple and fun. Let's play Two Truths and a Lie. So with this, I was kind of thinking we could create a Two Truths and a Lie about like our week that we'd had, and the other one has to guess which one the lie is.
yeah.
Which is going to be quite difficult, I think, for us because we've been best friends for so long. We pretty
know
much
a
know
lot.
everything about
Yeah.
each other. I came around. We went to Manchester Pride a couple of weeks ago at the time of recording, and we played a drinking game, didn't we? It was like, what was it?
Well, it was true.
Oh, truth or drink.
Truth or drink. But we knew the answers.
We knew
about each other.
everything.
Yeah.
And there was one which was like, oh, what's a secret that you haven't even told your best friend?
It took us.
Oh my God.
Couldn't.
I don't even think we came up with
I don't
anything.
think we came up with
We were
anything.
like, you already know everything about me.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. But about our
Mental.
week, we might not.
About
So
our
that's why
week,
it's going to
yeah.
be a topical Two Truths and a Lie. Now we do have to think of them. There may be a little bit of a edit or something.
Oh, there
while-
will definitely be an edit
Yeah.
because we're both incapable.
Thank you to the editor, which is me.
Cav and Booth.
Um,
At Cav Guy B.
don't plug my Instagram.
Oh, I'll plug my
Jesus.
Instagram. It's Abigail Drennan.
It's
everyone
Abigail Drennan.
it's Abigail Drennan. Everyone takes the piss out of me. Come on. Sorry, my coaster just got stuck again. Everyone takes the piss out of me. But
Why
I'm
is
an
it it's
actor.
Abigail Drennan?
Because Abigail Drennan was already taken. And I'm an actor. I keep saying this and not actually explaining. It's pretty self-explanatory. But when you're an actor, you have to have a stage name. And I went for Abigail Drennan rather than Abbie Drennan. So, like, nobody else who is an actor can now be called Abigail Drennan.
Yeah, people might not know that. Two actors can't have the same
yeah,
name.
yeah.
There's
So
a lot
when
of,
you
that's why a
sign
lot of
up-
actors have fake names.
Yeah, when you sign up to unions and stuff, you have to have a name that is unique. And if your name is too close, like it doesn't have to be identical. If it's like too close to someone else's, you then also have to change it as well. So yeah, so I went with Abigail Drennan, but at the time, all of my socials were still with Abbie.
Fascinating. This, I'm riveted.
Oh my God.
I'm absolutely on the
Well,
edge
we
of my
can just
seat.
fucking
Where
cut all of it
where is
then.
this story going to go next?
Screw
Twist
you.
after twist after twist.
So I changed it, but Abigail Drennan was already taken,
Oh,
so I
that
had to go with
story
it.
was like watching Gone Girl.
Oh my God.
All right, let's have a little edit
No.
while we think of our truth
Fuck
or lies
you.
before Abbie can get in a rebuttal. I love that word.
I hate you so much. We're cutting all of that.
No, we're not. We're leaving it in.
You're taking the piss out of me.
And we're back. That was a brilliant sound effect. Yeah, we're back. We've
Courtesy
got our
of
two
Cav and
truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick things off? The
Yes,
first mini game
let's.
of PPP, as I'm going to refer to it
PPP?
as. Yep.
Okay.
Hit
Number
me.
one.
Not literally. No, please.
Number one. My dad caught me talking to a wasp.
Oh, that could have been. I thought that could have gone one or two ways. My dad caught me. How does that sentence end? Talking to a wasp.
Yeah.
Now, as the person that knows you quite well,
Yeah.
I can fully imagine you doing this. You are somewhat of an animal lover. What's your thing about magpies or crows? What is it?
Oh, the rhyme. So I have to salute when I see.
Well, you don't have
single.
to.
No, I do.
No one's making you.
I'm making me.
Yeah, no one's
I
making
have
you.
me. I am someone, and I'm making me. It's actually my
Questionable.
mother, anyway. But yeah, salute a single magpie. Because there's a rhyme, which is 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never told. There you go.
8 for a mate, 9 for a lime, 10 for your pal Ben, 11 for... Anyway, you get the idea. That wasn't very funny. I'll stop that.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
You know, a joke's going well when you have to say, "I'm going to stop that." It's not very funny. All the best comedians do that.
Yeah, don't quit your day job. Yeah, but because it's 1 for sorrow, when you see a single magpie, you salute it as a sign of respect, which then stops it from bringing you sorrow.
How often are you seeing 7 magpies?
Oh, not very often.
Yeah.
That's why it's 7 for a secret never told, because you very rarely see 7 magpies together.
Right, I see.
Anything other than like 1 or 2 doesn't
What if there's a
necessarily
flock of
make
like
sense.
hundreds? You
When
have to
have you-
quickly count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're saluting like mad.
Stop being mean. When have you ever seen a flock of a flock of mad pies?
A flock of mad pies.
But what flavour?
Pie flavour. I'll finish.
Pie flavour.
I'll finish your joke.
Thank you.
So what I'm getting at is you like animals.
Yes.
You've got these weird quirks. I'm going to call them weird quirks.
He's being mean to me.
Saluting birds. That's somewhat
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. So
Superstitions.
interesting. I've taken that on board. I'll remember it.
Okay.
Give me the next one.
Okay.
Because there's no point me guessing now. I need to hear all 3 in order to know. Yeah.
I watched The Truman Show for the first time.
Oh, great film. Great
Great
film.
film.
Possibly, I'm going to say something controversial here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Again, might get cancelled.
Oh, God.
I'm not a fan of Jim Carrey.
I can't stand Jim Carrey.
Thank you. Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
You were being nice.
I was putting it mildly. Yeah.
Can't stand him. However...
No, I can't stand him either. I don't get him at all. I don't find him funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in certain things, I can deal with him.
Truman Show, he's great in. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's not very Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah.
Like, when he's like, woo, I was like, calm down, mate.
Oh,
It's
100%.
not... You're finding yourself far funnier than everyone else is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I can deal with him in Bruce Almighty. I love Bruce Almighty.
Oh, I don't even know if I finished that one,
Oh,
honestly.
I really enjoyed that one.
Not sure I finished
But then
that
something like
Dumb and
Mask,
Dumber.
Can't stand
Yeah.
it. Can't stand Dumb and Dumber.
The Grinch.
The
I've actually
Grinch,
not
I
seen
don't
it,
like
so I don't know
him.
why I'm bringing it up, but I've
But
not
I
seen
don't
it.
like the Grinch.
No?
No.
Do you like the Benedict Cumberbatch
I
one?
like the Benedict
That's
Cumberbatch
really
one.
good. Yeah, I really like that one.
I like elements of the other ones, but like
Yeah.
not my thing.
You watched The Truman Show for the first time. Interesting. Interesting. Again, both believable, but I guess that's the idea. If you said, I rode on a dragon, I'd probably say...
Well, funny you
lie.
would say that. My next one.
Go on, what's the last
Is
one?
I rode on a dragon. No, I'm joking. I went to my cousin's purely to cuddle her rabbits.
I feel like it should be a thing every time someone says purely. I don't know, I just heard you say it and I was
Platonic
like,
podcast.
that's our word. Let's drink.
PP.
To the word purely.
Purely.
You went to...
My
say it again.
cousins.
Yeah. Purely.
Purely. To cuddle her rabbits. That sounds like a
Didn't
euphemism.
didn't know she had rabbits. I'm aware of your cousin. You've only got one. Very easy to
I
keep
actually
track
have 3, but
What?
I only have one that Cav has met.
What?
so-
You've got 3 cousins?
Yeah.
What?
I've got 2
How?
cousins
Okay.
on my dad's
Apparently,
side.
I don't know everything about you. That's mad. I did not know. That's crazy. I know
Yeah.
everything about you. How
My
many cou-
dad's brother.
How many cousins have I got?
I don't know.
Okay,
That was said in such a I don't know and I don't care.
you actually do. You will
You've
know.
got none. No. Cousins.
Yeah. This is
One?
content, right?
2?
Two. Okay, we don't know how we've not discussed cousins in 11 years of friendship. That is bizarre.
Yeah, but my cousin that you're talking about
Yeah.
is like my sister.
Yeah, basically your sister.
So whereas like my other 2 cousins, whilst they are delightful, are more cousin status. And
Yeah.
I feel like we
One of my cousins is called Abbie, and I think you knew that.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the other one called?
Penelope.
Whoa.
So I've forgotten the last one again. Rabbits. You went to the cousin to You went to the cuddle to cousin your rabbits. Is what I nearly said. Sorry, you're choking on beer. Not a good moment to take a sip. But you went to your cuddle to cousin your rabbits. You saw the Truman Show for the first time. You're dying of laughter still. I'm holding the podcast up by myself at this point. This is a solo podcast now. You got the beer down. There we go.
Oh my god, that was horrific. I thought I was gonna die.
That'd be one hell of a podcast. Imagine the views on that.
Abbie's last words.
Woman dies on podcast.
On podcast. Oh my goodness.
So,
me.
Rabbits, Truman Show, and what was the other one? Rabbits, Truman Show, and...
Talking to a wasp.
Talking to a wasp. I think the lie is just based on the fact that these rabbits I've never heard of.
Rabbit.
I'm going to say the rabbits is a lie.
And drum roll, please. The lie was watching the Truman Show for the first time.
Oh, have you never seen it?
I have seen it, but it wasn't the
Oh,
first time.
Good one, because there was an element of truth, and I just fell for it. So rabbits.
Yeah, Choc and Chip.
Choc
They're
and
so
Chip?
cute. They are so cute. They're like tiny and brown.
It's good for the audio listeners.
Really,
I'm now going to
really
react.
fluffy.
I'm now going to react to a
And
picture of rabbits for
I'm
you.
going to show Cav the picture of me cuddling the rabbit.
For the audio listeners, it's a rabbit. You
It's
know
a
what
rabbit.
you know what one looks like.
It's
It
a
is,
rabbit.
to be fair,
It's cute,
it is
isn't
a
it?
very cute one. It is big
And
eyes.
I talk to it like a child.
I like to imagine that's also how you spoke to the wasp.
Story about the wasp. There's this singular wasp, and my parents don't believe me, that there's this one wasp that every time I sit in a specific place in our garden, it's like really lazy and like, you know, I was going to say like when wasps are dying.
Is it dead? I was going to say, if it's not
well,
moving.
I don't, no. Really lazy is in like,
Oh.
it doesn't go bzzz around. It just like meanders and like will come by my chair and like under the table.
A wasp meander.
Neither have I. And I'm not a big fan of wasps. I don't like them. All of the kind of animal people of the world will prove me wrong on this statement, but I don't believe that they have a purpose. Like why
wasps?
are they alive? Like, why are they alive?
To be fair,
I'm sure they do similar things to bees, but bees are great. I love bees. Go bees. Wasps, go away. You just sting for the hell of it. Like, go away.
The fact that they can sting multiple times.
Like, that's just power that should never be wielded by one creature.
Yeah.
Especially as tiny and as angry as a wasp.
Do animals have purposes, though? You're saying, like, what's the purpose of a wasp? But what's the purpose of loads of things?
But they have, like, purposes within, like, food trees and stuff. And
I see what you mean. I see. You think wasps are just lone
I'm
rangers.
sure that they do have a purpose, but it's not a good enough purpose, you know? It's like spiders. Everyone hates spiders, but we all know that we would be overrun by flies if spiders didn't exist. So we all just kind of put up with it. If we see a spider we don't like, the nasty versions of us will just kill it.
I love a good spider. I'm a big fan.
Don't.
Big
I'm not like
fan.
scared of them, but I'm just like, get out my space. You
Shall
know?
I do my truths and lies then?
Sorry, yeah.
Well,
anyway,
truths
the
and
wasp
lies.
was just in my space, and I ran away from it and was like, why are you in my space? And then it followed me, and I was like, basically just lecturing this wasp. And my dad, unbeknownst to me, was in the house
a
just
scene
watching
from the
me
Bee
run around.
movie.
He was on the phone, like, just watching me run around the garden. Do you like jazz?
It is literally, that's like the start of a Pixar
Black
movie.
and yellow, black and
The
yellow.
dad
black
walks
and
in
yellow
and then he goes downstairs and talks to the mum and he's like, I've just caught Abby talking to the wasp again. We've got to do something. We've got to separate them. But it's a friendship that must go on.
Woo!
Anyway.
And if it's a Pixar film, the mum will have an absolute dump truck of an arse.
What?
Oh my god, have you not seen the Pixar mum thing? All Pixar mums are like...
I feel like I'm now on a different podcast. I was not expecting you to say that. Of all the ways that sentence could have ended.
Right, if you Google Pixar mum build...
Well, why are you Googling that? Is that already in your search history?
No!
You've got it pinned to your homepage.
Cleo. Look. Pixar, when does that... I think Mrs. Incredible. Girl is packing.
Jeez. Okay, I didn't think that was... that is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, they are like really tiny waists, really big booties, relatively well bestowed in the bosom area.
Excellent.
But it doesn't have to be. It's mainly just the booty.
Well, that's great. Here's my first, maybe a truth, maybe a lie. Someone asked me for directions, and I unknowingly sent them the wrong way.
Unknowingly.
I only realised once I'd given the directions and they had headed in that direction.
Right, okay, so it wasn't like a purposeful, I know where that is, but...
No, it
going
wasn't.
that way.
No, it wasn't malicious. They said, "Where's this?" I said, "Oh, right, it's just down there," and then I realised
You'd sent
I'm
them the wrong way.
thinking of something else that's completely in the different direction.
Oof, that's
So,
bad.
that's the first one.
Okay.
What I will say, as extra information, is that this has happened to my mum as well. She has done the exact same thing and sent people in completely the wrong direction. So clearly it's like, runs in the family.
I was going to say, the lesson that we're taking from today is don't ask Cav for directions.
Or any of the booths, for that matter. I'm
Yeah.
very bad with directions, as you know.
Yeah.
Second statement.
Oh no.
It's not that bad. I cut my foot in a lake. That's the whole statement. Feel free to ask.
Put your
quest-
foot in a lake.
I cut my foot in a lake.
Right, okay. Elaborate, please.
No. No.
You just said feel free to ask questions.
yeah. No, I'm joking. So I went to the Lake District with my partner. I don't know if that came up on the audio. But do you want to drink a bit louder, please? I don't think everyone heard you. Once again, choking on beer. We've got to be professional.
Why does this keep happening to
This
me?
isn't good content.
I keep taking massive mouthfuls of beer, and then he makes me laugh, and then I feel like I'm about to die.
To be fair, I am.
In fairness,
I am
myself...
immensely funny. So.
I actually made myself laugh there because my beer went.
Anyway, I cut my foot in a lake. I went to the Lake District and decided, because there are lots of lakes, to swim in one. I like swimming.
He's
In
a
fact,
swimmer.
my other statement is to do with swimming. Little tease. Not that people are going to stop listening, but stay tuned.
You tease.
Stay tuned for about 2 minutes' time where I say that. Whoa, what will it be?
Okay, go on.
Now's a good time to say we are sponsored by HelloFresh. No, so I went swimming in a lake, and very self-explanatory. This statement doesn't deserve this much explanation. It's very self-explanatory.
Please, Lord.
I cut my foot on a rock.
Okay,
That's-
I regret asking for any kind of elaboration because that didn't help me in the slightest.
No, but it hurt to walk on for many days and many nights. Like it's a passage from the Bible. They always say that, don't they?
Nights.
In the Bible, they can't just say, "Oh, some time passed."
It was a
It's like
while.
days and nights. Yeah.
10 minutes
So
later.
yeah, cut foot in lake. That's my second statement. My final statement, which is to do with swimming, is I wore a swim cap for the first time today. Now you already know off podcast that I went for a swim.
Off
Off podcast, off air.
Off pod.
I already told you I went for a swim this morning.
Yes.
I woke up at 5:30.
Yeah, because then he texted me at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
that
sorry.
should be illegal.
Sorry about that. To be fair,
I mean, it didn't wake me up. I was like zonked.
Oh yeah, I did feel like, you know, you hear those like billionaire routines that people do. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. every single day, and I make a smoothie out of goat blood, and then I do 6,000 press-ups, and then all that sort of
Okay,
thing. I did
that's
feel
how you felt.
I did feel a bit like that. I woke up at 5:30. I had granola,
Granola.
and then I went for a swim. I know, very. Who have I become?
Wow.
But it felt good. First swim I've had in years, I will say, outside of lakes. First like pool swim. In years. I've not been swimming in years. Now I used to be a swimmer for my whole
like almost professionally.
Well, to a good standard,
Yeah.
I'd say. I did it when I was a kid and then as a teenager, and I basically, the way I stopped swimming, I did it for ages. Maybe there's many stories in that for another episode, but I got an injury on my neck, quite a bad injury that basically took me out for a few weeks. And because of that, because I wasn't swimming regularly, I was kicked out of my swim club for having an injury.
It's mental.
How crazy is that? It was just like, we literally just can't afford to have you in the swim.
Yeah.
You're a waste of a member, basically.
That's horrific.
So
that is a world that I just have absolutely no like.
yeah,
concept of,
sport is
because
brutal.
I'm not a sporty person.
Sport
in any way,
is
shape, or
brutal.
form.
So I was kicked out. That's why I stopped.
Wow.
Really. I mean, I did bits and bobs, but then
Yeah.
just past few years, pretty much since I started uni, which was in 2019.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd been for a swim.
You've been busy.
Been busy, been doing other things.
Been a busy boy.
But I went this morning because I was like, you know what? Want to get back into it. I've moved back into Manchester.
Yeah.
I'm near lots of good swim pools, so I went to one this morning, and it was very, very nice, but very difficult. I've clearly lost a lot of ability, and I felt like I was sinking at times, which I've not felt before, because I tried to do butterfly, and when I say I literally couldn't do it, I used to be incredible. I used to be able to do like 200
That was
meters.
like your thing. That was your stroke. I remember that.
Well, I was pretty good at all of them, but yeah, I was. To give myself credit, I was good at butterfly, and I've just clearly lost whatever muscles I used.
Wow.
I mean, I did a little bit of it, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm feeling it in my shoulders. I can't do it anyway. So that was a separate story. But I've never in my whole life worn a swim cap until this morning. Now I've got longer hair. I invested in one. That's my reason. Could be a lie. Could be true. What do you think?
Okay, right. So we've got. Christ, what was the first one?
It was quite a while ago.
Directions.
We've got directions, lake, swim cap.
Directions, lake, swim cap. Okay, I'm gonna go. So I know for a fact that Cav has been to the lakes recently.
Yes.
I know that for a fact.
That is true.
He said it hurt. You said it hurt for a few days. It's been not that long since you're back.
Or am I just making it all up?
That's what I'm saying. Directions, I could believe, especially with the caveat of it's happened to your mum.
Yeah.
Swim cap, yeah, longer hair since you last went swimming. But you never had short hair.
True. I've always had
Hair.
especially fringe.
Yeah.
It's always been. Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I would imagine that from like a level of professionalism that you were at, if you even had short hair, you would have to wear a swim cap. I'm thinking like Olympians, even when they have
good
really
reasoning.
short hair,
Good
have
reasoning.
to wear a swim cap. So I'm going to go with swim cap as the lie.
Drum roll. The lie is directions.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
That was my second choice.
Directions. Completely made that up.
God damn
It
it.
has happened to my mum. Thought I'd throw in a little truth thing. That was what it was based on. But yeah, I wore a swim cap for the first time in my life this morning.
Wow.
Having been a swimmer for many zonks. Is that a word? I don't know if that's even a phrase. But many zonks. I've swam many
All the
zonks.
zonks.
And yeah, never worn a swim cap.
Wow.
It was a weird experience. It's very
I
tight.
hate it. I hate wearing
Very
swim caps.
tight.
Yeah.
I've got quite a big head though.
You've got a massive head.
Thank you. It's one of my attributes.
Huge head. No, it's not that big.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And I did cut my foot in a lake as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ow.
Do you want to see it? No. I'm not.
Show me yours and I'll show you mine.
But yeah, there we go. That was 2 truths and a lie.
Woo.
We both got them wrong.
We both
So
failed.
yeah, we start episode 1 with
I
failure.
love how we were like, we know everything about each other. We're so connected.
And I didn't even know how many cousins you have. clearly, we have.
didn't even know
we
that
have
either.
stuff. We have stuff to learn about. What, you didn't know how many cousins you have? You only just found that out. So we have stuff to learn about each other.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a journey that we go through on the podcast. What a great segue.
Aww.
And yeah, I think that's it for
I think
episode
so
1
too.
of
We've chatted a lot.
Purely Platonic. I can't even say it. Purely Platonic podcast. Thank you for listening. We are available on all.
Just making a lot of random noises
Yeah,
into my microphone.
Stop.
Oh, stop. Carry on.
We are available on all podcast platforms,
We
wherever
are.
you listen, Spotify, whatever.
Yep.
Also YouTube, and like
For
we
all you
mentioned,
visual
the
watchers.
social platforms. Go and follow us there. And yeah,
Absolutely.
we will see you or hear you. Actually,
Ooh.
we won't see or hear you. You'll see and hear us
You'll see and hear us.
in the next episode
Woo!
of Purely Platonic Podcast. Bye, guys.
Bye. music.
Outro
We
music.
haven't got yet.
We don't know what we're dancing to, but it's good, isn't it? This
Oh,
music.
it's amazing. This is
Wow.
such a good song.
Oh, it's changed genre now. It's
Whoa.
it's something different. Whoa. Bye, guys.
Bye.